What's up guys, this is Nathan, ThatAlbumReviewerGuy. Before I get into this review, I just wanted to tell you all to check out my Twitter page, linked down below, as I have started putting up quick reviews to albums that I wasn't able to cover on my channel. This way I can get more of my opinions out into the open without having to make a full video on them. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into my review of the new album from The Used, titled Heartwork. This is the 8th album from the Utah-based rock band. The Used were pretty big in the emo scene in the 2000s, although it's safe to say that they've abandoned that style over the past decade, and quite honestly their 2010s discography was rather lackluster. After hearing the 2 lead singles from the album, I thought it was going to be a step in the right direction for them, but, well, you know what, why don't I just talk about this one track by track. There are 16 songs on this record, but you guys know how concise I try to be with these reviews, so let's get into it. The album opens with an energetic hard rock track, Paradise Lost, a poem by John Milton. I like the energy on this song, from the riff in the intro all the way through until the end of the track. The song also features a catchy hook and a nice guitar groove. It's a great way to open the album.
Can't bring myself to cut ties. I know you better than anyone. Blessed with this curse my whole life.
The momentum keeps going in the next track, Blow Me. Yes, I'm aware that's a rather suggestive title, but it's not about what you're thinking. After all, the chorus reads, "What if you found a gun? Would you use it like I did and put a bullet in my head?" This is another energetic rocker with a hooky chorus, as well as a great feature from Jason Alon Butler of Fever 333, and the track just breaks down toward the end with a heavy guitar riff, harsh screams, and pounding drums. This is another one to check out for sure.
What if you found a gun? Would you use it like I did? Put a bullet in my head.
Now here's where the momentum starts to shift as we get into Big Wannabe. This song reminds me of the most recent Papa Roach album, and that's not a good thing. By the way, this isn't the only song on this album that I can draw that comparison to. Burt McCracken's vocals sound alright, so I guess that's something positive I can say about the song. Other than that, I think the chorus is weak and generic, and I'm not a fan of the boom clap instrumental either. It's just a watered down song overall. Bloody Nose is solid enough. I like the vocal melody on this track, and it doesn't feel as diluted as the past track. It's not bad, but I don't know if it's a song I'll come back to a whole lot. Then we get into the aptly titled, Wow, I Hate This Song. This is honestly a worst song of the year contender for me. It feels like The Used came up with this title on purpose. The lyrics certainly fit the song, and good lord, the chorus is absolutely appalling, as are the vocals in it. Burt sounds awful while he shrieks, la la la, make it stop, la la la, heard enough, la la la, holy fuck. I hate this song. I do too, Burt. I do too. My Cocoon is a poppy interlude. It's not bad, but I don't really have much to say about it. Cathedral Bell is also a softer, poppier song. I don't hate it, but auto-tuned vocals are not something I'm really clamoring for The Used to do a lot. This track is passable, I guess, but it's ultimately forgettable. Next is 1984 Infinite Jest, which has a lyrical reference to their 2014 album Imaginary Enemy, which is honestly not an album they should have bothered throwing in a callback to. The song is a mess. It's all over the place. It goes from being poppy to being haunting to being heavy, and it doesn't have any sort of flow. It's disjointed and a bit out of place on this record in all honesty. Gravity's Rainbow starts off promising enough with its guitar and drums until it gets into the chorus, and, again, it reminds me of something off of Who Do You Trust, although admittedly a slightly better version. I don't think the song's worth hating, but it's also not worth listening to. Next is Clean Cut Heels, another messy pop sounding track that breaks out into a random dance-style chorus, which sounds awful. The style of the music could not be a bigger mismatch for the lyrics. Again, Burt's voice is fine on here, but it doesn't save this train wreck of a song.
I will never leave. Maybe you should go. 'Cause clean cut heels more beautiful. I will never leave.
Next is the title track, I guess, however it's just a spoken word interlude which features Burt reciting a poem, which on its own wouldn't be so bad, but I can't stand the beat and vocal filter being placed over it. That makes it unbearable for me. And speaking of unbearable, we move on to The Lighthouse. The chorus on the song is hot garbage. Bert doesn't sound good, and it's such a generic poppy hook. If this song somehow ends up on Top 40 radio, I guarantee you won't be able to differentiate it from most of the other songs on there. Even Mark Hoppus couldn't save this song, although I do enjoy the funky bass towards the end. As a whole, though, this song sucks.
I can be your lighthouse. I can be your lighthouse. I can be your lighthouse.
Obvious Blasé also features a member of Blink-182, but this time it's Travis Barker, whose drum work is solid on this track. I don't mind this song. I wouldn't call it good, but it's a catchy, acoustic-driven track. The chorus is also catchy and a bit sing-along-y, honestly. Again, nothing dreadful, but nothing I can see myself coming back to anytime soon. Then we get into The Lottery, featuring Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. Honestly, I expected to like this song a lot more than I did. It's only average and rather forgettable. If anything, it feels phoned in, just so they could put another heavier song on this record to try and even out the number of rock and pop songs. Even the breakdown doesn't do much for me, unfortunately. I feel the same way about Darkness Bleeds FTOF. It's another mediocre and forgettable rock track, only this one has a chant in the bridge which adds absolutely nothing. Finally, the album closes with To Feel Something, which sounds like it spends over 2 minutes to build up to something big, but what it builds up to is an underwhelming, distorted as all hell bass drop and screaming vocals from Bert. It's a very hollow song to end the album on, if you ask me. Honestly, guys, I'm disappointed. The Used are a lot better than this, and they proved that on the first 2 songs. I'm not saying they can't make poppier music, I'm just saying they need to add more substance to their sound. This album just felt messy, and for the most part, empty and lifeless. I was looking forward to this album, and I wanted to like it, I really did. But they made it so hard for me to do so. I think part of me is starting to lose faith in the Used, and that's a shame, because like I said before, I know they still have a lot to offer. I just hope they start putting that to use soon. Overall, I give Heartwork a 4 out of 10. One of the biggest disappointments of the year so far for me. Hopefully, the next record these guys put out will be a huge turnaround. Thank you guys for watching the review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this album. You can follow me on my social media links in the description, and check out some more videos in the gimmick on screen. I'll see you all next time.